Yo, shalom.
Shalom, yo.
Yo, I'm Black Ice.
And I'm Ma'Khia.
Welcome to the Black Narrative. Hope you had a great weekend. Yeah, it's Tuesday, right?
Yes. Yeah. you know it's bad when we got to make sure what day it is.
Man, just be busy, man. Hope y'all doing well. I'm glad y'all here with us.
Yes.
So we got a
lot of updates.
Yeah, we do. We got a lot of updates.
It's like the update episode.
Yeah,
Really?
basically, that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically what it is. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shalom.
Shalom, all y'all.
Yeah. Glad y'all here with us. Go ahead and hit the like button, share button, subscribe if you haven't already. We are live on the backup channel on the Yoshi Vibes music channel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we still rocking out our band right now.
And I hopefully you guys will. It should be off soon. How you doing, T-Lev?
Yeah, man. Shalom. Yeah, man. So yeah, glad y'all here. Yeah. Also, so I get some little housekeeping first.
Yeah.
If you haven't, we have a Discord link in the description now. So definitely join Discord where we definitely be at between shows. Share articles and videos that sometimes we don't show here on the show.
Right.
That's here. We also dropped a new mix on this channel, on the Yoshi Vibes channel.
The channel we're shooting from now.
Yeah. So you live now. This is the channel, so we got a new mix going on here. I see our new original artwork and everything. So this is our third mix. This mix here is more lo-fi, hip hop, chill beats to study to. So this is more the chill vibe. Like I said, we promised to have more mixes than we are. So, so that makes it 3 mixes so far. The long-term goal for this channel is to have a 24-hour stream of music and beats eventually. So just working our way up.
Yeah, and I mean that's about what 3 hours of music.
Yeah, over 3 hours of music so far. Yeah, so we had different music vibes and whatnot, man. So each one is color coded. That's like I say, we love the artwork. It took us months to get it done, but it's there.
Boy, yeah.
Also, we redid our whole merch store. So we did all our merch. So definitely check out the merch if you haven't already.
Oh yeah.
We got the new hoodies and hoodies, shirts, mugs, that type of thing going on. The same chick on our music channel, she's on there. So we got some cool stuff created by y'all willing. So we got a lot of cool stuff here. So yeah, so we did all this. So we been working.
Yeah. And y'all there'll be more stuff.
Yeah, man. This is we're very creative outside of the regular show. So
right.
And this is way kind of flexing our creative muscle and whatnot. So yeah, but those who've been supporting, buying merch, Cash App, Patreon, we appreciate it, a lot. And I say we just taking all those resources, putting it back into our production.
And trying to reinvest, really just try to reinvest in the show and try to get it to a higher level. We always want to try to elevate at the end of the
definitely,
day.
man. And definitely reaching out and something we want to do with people in our own communities and whatnot. So, like I said, we have very big plans this year. So there's a lot we're trying to put in motion. And this is only the beginning. And we've been very productive thus far.
Yes.
As far as the shows, the music channel, the merch, and the other projects, the stuff that we did on the road.
Yes.
They hadn't kicked in yet, so we had a lot going on. So all that put to the side now.
Now let's get into the actual meat and potatoes of the show.
Yeah. So we're gonna start with an update from Ma'Khia shooting that happened recently, and we got a little pushback on our views. But we presented our case, how we felt about it and everything, and like we said then, with breaking news. New news always comes out slowly after the event has happened.
Right. And more things start once the investigation starts happening, and more things start getting looked into, and you start getting more of a broader picture of the actual situation. That like where the situation stemmed from.
Yeah. That was the question, man. We'll just find all about. I mean, how was the household? So some of the questions we had answers for. So we're gonna listen to this broadcast here, and this is local news in Columbus, Ohio, and this is a 2-minute clip.
About Ma'Khia Bryant. She was in foster care and had only been living at the house on Legion Lane for 5 months.
As 10 TV's Lacey Crisp explains, Ma'Khia's sister told police she was having a hard time at the house.
We are learning that Tuesday was not the first time Columbus police were called to that house on Legion Lane.
I don't want to leave this foster home.
What's that?
I want to leave this foster home.
That 911 caller is Janiah Bryant, Ma'Khia Bryant's 15-year-old sister who lived at the same foster home. She called police on March 28th. She told dispatchers she's lived there for over a year.
What's going on? Why do you want to leave?
My sister got in a fight and I don't want to be here no more.
According to the report, the officers told Janiyah they do not set up new placement. Quote, the victim then became irate and stated that if she does not get to leave, then she was going to kill someone in the home, end quote. She was then transported to Children's Hospital for psychological evaluation. That call about a fight comes less than a month before the fight.
And I mean, that's just insane, the fact that, and that's why it goes to show how horrible the foster care system is. And you know, it's a lot of us in there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's to the point, if you are in a household where you feel trapped and you feel abused and you want to leave, it's one of those things where you heard what the cops said.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to do a transfer.
Yeah, they're not allowed to do that.
This is insane.
In the front yard of the home on Legion Lane, where Janiyah's sister, Ma'Khia Bryant, can be seen with a knife going after two different women. Columbus police officer Nicholas Reardon responded and shot and killed Ma'Khia. Ma'Khia's mom, Paula, tells me Janiyah was there on Tuesday. Since November, there have been 7 911 calls from the house. On November 8th, 2020, the foster mom called because a 13-year-old ran away from the house. The child returned on the 11th. On December 9th, 2020, the foster mom called because her 10-year-old foster son was knocking things off the Christmas tree and yelling. A few hours later that day, she called back and asked officers to come back and remove the child and take him to Children's outpatient. March 28th of this year is when Janiyah called for a fight. On April 8th this year, the foster mom called because a 13-year-old foster child ran away and then returned. On April 15th, the foster mom called because someone shot a gun inside her neighbor's home. On April 17th, the foster mom called because a car was hit by a bullet.
And we reached out to Franklin County Children's Services. They told us they cannot comment. In Columbus, Lacey.
Man, so what is going on in this household?
So that's a lot. You know, just hear the whole backstory, man. So
and this is from November to
April when everything happened. So you know, so the kids was calling the cops. Why they keep giving the foster kids? Is this a record? Right, it has to be a record. They keep calling the police.
Right.
So not only you have the children calling the police, the foster mom calling the police. So they both calling on the police to handle the situation in the home.
Right.
So they're not used to handling situations amongst themselves. So
you already see that the environment itself isn't good, and they're not doing anything to try to correct it.
Yeah. So this situation's been bubbling for a while.
Right.
And then and also from my understanding, the 2 grown women that was there, they used to live in that home.
Yeah.
And you know, like I said, this is speculative. I don't have guaranteed receipts on this, but they make it since the mom couldn't get a hand on the kids apparently because she keep calling the cops on her own kids.
Right.
They thinking that it was the foster mom that called the 2 older women that used to live there to get the other girls. From my understanding, it's about cleaning up the house.
And that's
Yeah, it's about cleaning up the house, and then you know, and I guess the young one's out of control, so they took the 2 older ones there. They get them under control to clean up the house, and then that's when they escalated and happened what happened. And like you saw in the video, like you said, man, it wasn't self-defense. Right. Cop was on the scene. Ma'Khia jumped one girl and came up with the knife and about to stab the other.
Right.
You know, and then the other one, the girl in pink, she's sitting by the car holding her dog. So
she wasn't a threat.
Right. So but apparently there've been issues, and also. Now they also know that it wasn't Ma'Khia that made the 911 call. It was her younger sister. So you know, so it was like so many stories going around. But I just wanted to give you an update and clean up with some facts of the stories that have been going around.
Right.
Because like I said, like I said last week, there's a lot of people. There's emotion about it, but I'm not being objective by and looking at the facts of a situation. But at the end of the day, it's very sad what happened. And at the end of the day, it's the adults that failed her.
Right.
You know, and it's like the foster parents failed her.
The police,
you know, and then her real parents.
Yeah.
Because it's her real mom out there causing a stir right now in Columbus. But you like you had 2 kids in foster care. You know, so what are you doing that you didn't have your own kids?
Man, I'm telling, and that's the thing. It's just this is really just a huge lesson, and we've got to do better.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things where you see how the system's not going to take care of you.
Right.
So it's one of those things where if you have to be responsible in many aspects of life, you know, because if you are irresponsible, then it's one of those things where, you know, you might end up having a kid that you're not ready to take care for. take care of, but then the foster care system is not going to take care of them. You see the situation. You see what happened here.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you can't think like, oh, they're going to have a better life.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like Russian roulette. You just never know.
Exactly,
He may be put in a good
man.
home, he
You're
may not
gambling.
be.
Right.
Because I have met some people who grew up in foster care and they came out all right, and they said they had a decent childhood, but that's very rare. I come across that to be honest.
Right.
So, but yeah, so I didn't want to put it out there because that's information I came across today, and I just want to share that. You know, like I said, we're very objective over here. So even if you still don't agree with us and what we and our perspectives, that's fine. No, but
have a dialogue with us.
Yeah, but that's how we feel. Like it wasn't self-defense, and you know, and the cops saved another black woman's life in the process.
Right.
So it was really crazy. Wait, we'll see it pop up in the main chat. You got a little delay here.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Will y'all be able to run that back and pause the video on the knife? I heard it was a butter knife, which would justify use a lot of force tackling on the thing. No. Yeah, I'll run it back for you, but it would I just closed out the thing. Hold on, I can find it for you real quick.
Yes.
Yeah, but it wasn't a butter knife, bro. It wasn't that thing. That's the biggest butter knife I've ever seen.
Boy.
Only the type of butter you cutting with that.
But a big old piece of bread. And that's the thing. I can't picture somebody trying to run at somebody with a butter knife.
Yeah, I found a video. Like we can go back to the screenshot for it. I'll run it back for you. Yeah, that was a big knife.
Yeah, because I mean, people know the different calibers of knife. You know, it's one of those things where if you're coming at somebody and you're really trying to do some damage, you're not going to get something you want to butter toast with. You see, there we go.
Dude, is this a butter knife?
Because, I mean, when you compare it to the size of her fist.
That's a butter knife, bro. And it's so funny, too, because I saw an old episode of Cops today.
Yeah.
And the cops put over this black guy, right?
Yeah.
And obviously he was on something. And, I mean, he was talking shit. It was like 2-3 cops there. And it was like 2-3 white cops, and it was a black guy.
Yeah.
He like, I beat your ass, I beat your ass, I beat your. I mean, that's what he said. Like, I beat your ass, I beat your ass. And they're like, sir, calm down. And they had the taser out. They ain't had the gun out because obviously he was unarmed.
Right.
And so they had the taser out. And like, yo, man. So one of them had a taser, the other one had a baton.
Yeah.
And the other guy was like, yo, I might hit you with this baton, and you gonna just chill out. You know, you like get down.
Right.
And he like, no, I'm not getting down. I'm not getting down. I ain't doing nothing. I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna beat your ass. Beat your ass. Like,
he just lined them all up.
So he hit him. So he hit him with the baton, but he ain't hit him like across the face. He hit him like by the knee.
Right.
And then he got tased. And he's a taller, slimmer guy.
Yeah.
It didn't stop him. He took it like a G.
And that is something, because I mean, you would think somebody, I mean, tall, slim, like what was he, like skinny?
Yeah, he's slender. So if he can take a taser and he didn't stop him, what do you think he's gonna do to her?
Right.
She's about twice his size. I mean, that was a grown man I saw in Cops today.
Yeah.
This is she's a teenager. She's about twice his size.
Right.
So that taser didn't stop him. How do you expect it gonna stop her from stabbing somebody?
Man, that's split second. That's split second.
It's unfortunate. I mean, it's questionable about the whole. Yeah, that taser didn't do nothing to him. Like, he just laughed. Like, I told you I ain't gonna do nothing. I still beat your ass.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
Like, and I just saw this today on Cops, and that's the first thing that came to my mind. Like,
it was like static shock.
You know, but yeah, that's a big knife. Yeah, man, that's not a butter knife. I don't make peanut butter and jelly with that type of knife.
Oh, definitely.
I'm cutting some steak. I'm cutting some steak with that. So yeah, but it's unfortunate. But I just want to show that update real quick. I can exit out this now. The next thing, just want to cover. I don't know if y'all saw the Dr. Umar Johnson. He did a new interview on the Breakfast Club yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I don't know if y'all saw that or not. Well, I'm not gonna play clips or anything for it. I didn't know y'all saw it or not.
Flagged.
Yeah, that good thing. But it was a decent interview overall. Charlamagne asked about his school at the top of the interview.
Yeah.
He gave an update on the school.
And how's the school been going? Is it still?
So far as the school, I'm just saying what he said. I mean, I don't know. He bought the school. I seen the building that he posted on Instagram and stuff before. So he didn't get the school that he wanted. The school that he wanted got sold. It was a college campus, but he ended up buying like this old public school.
Okay.
But even then, it's still like three different buildings.
I mean, bro, that's pretty good. You know?
Yeah, but it's still decent size. So
Yeah, right.
so he's saying that, but the issue is now, even though the school building not that old, it still need a lot of repairs.
Right.
And so he had to fix the HVAC and everything else in it.
Right.
And he said, I can't find anybody to volunteer that time help me fix it. He's like, I paid for the materials. I didn't need somebody who specialized in me to help me do it. But he said, since I can't find anybody, that means I got to pay somebody market value to do it. And,
Right.
And so he said they're gonna cost him like $250,000.
Boy.
So you know, dude said they were like 3 weeks from HVAC and something else completion. He said if he had the money to pay somebody, he can have it done in 3 weeks.
Okay.
That's what he said. But the question is, he need the money, and
Or he needs a person as well.
yeah, well, he needs the money to pay the person. Because since no one
Yeah,
can
that's
volunteer, he had to pay the person.
Right.
So that's what he said about the school, and he said have some type of event at the school. And like I say, I agree with the concept of the school. The concept is needed for black boys. I think he just went over his head. I think he should have got one small building and built it from there. I think he went way too big at the beginning, and you had no experience of running a school.
And that's an important thing is just getting the logistics down so that you can scale it up.
Right, and that's what King Randall did.
Right.
You know, he had teenage boys in his house.
Right.
And then if he got to school, like he scaled up.
It's always better to scale up than scale down, because once you're already up there, you have to maintain. Now you have to deal with maintenance.
Maintenance, I mean, that's money. That's a lot of money to run a school.
Exactly. So when you have something big, you're either gonna be able to keep up with it, or it's gonna fall apart.
Yeah.
When you have something small, you're able to grow it bigger.
I think you should got a small office space, start off with maybe 10 students, and just run it from there.
And that probably would have been done sooner.
Yeah, definitely, by far. And then you work out the kinks in your plans and stuff, man.
Right.
You know, we both very heavy planners.
Right.
But we can plan all day what we want. Not until we execute it, you really see every single flaw that plan has.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
certain things you didn't factor in.
Yeah, so I think he went over his head with the school, but we do need a school.
Right.
Because it really hardly any schools like it.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, a lot of people make comparisons to LeBron school, but LeBron school is a charter school. It's a STEM school. And the city of Akron controls the curriculum. So and that's why he's able to get those sponsors like Nike and stuff involved.
Because at the end of the day, they're gonna be fed into the
whole
system.
With
the white supremacist system.
So it had to be an independent school. So yeah, he talked about that. He talked about the Ma'Khia Bryant situation, and he actually disagreed with us. He believes it was a hate crime, and then oddly enough, it was DJ Envy was a voice of reason to me that saw it like we saw it. And like, yo, like the girl about to get stabbed. So that was interesting.
That was a plot twist. I mean, we got a couple plot twists for y'all tonight.
But he was there promoting his book.
Yeah.
Now the book was actually a good idea. The book he's promoting, he was saying how public schools make more money by having students with special need. You know, they get paid more money for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they always target black kids for this stuff, especially black boys.
Constantly.
So he put out a book to help you combat that. Like it's like, yo, you don't have to submit to that. And they try to put your child in a program, you can tell them no. And within that book, he typed up like these letters that you can copy. They back to school to present your child for me in those type of programs.
That is smart, man. So it's almost like a book of legal tender, not tender, but legal documents legal documents that you can actually just send off.
Yeah. So from my understanding, that's within the book. I think that's a great idea.
Right.
So that part, because when he talk about like schools and psychology with students and stuff, he know what he's talking about.
Right.
It's some other things I just don't agree with. I didn't agree with him about the voter suppression law in Georgia. He ran with that. We already proved our case with that.
Man, yeah.
With alternative motives with that. But I just came across a quote from him that he did say I did agree with him on. I was looking for it earlier. Oh man, like this app refreshed itself. I can find it real quick.
Is it Twitter?
Yeah, was refreshing itself, man.
Yeah, you already know.
Yeah, but this from We Are the Media. He the one that pulled. He pulled the quote, and I liked it. You know, he made a great point. Oh man, I tell you, the feed's always changing. Oh yeah, here you go. The problem we made as a community is we made Donald Trump the scapegoat for racism. This has come from Umar Johnson.
Yeah.
Just like we made Barack Obama the angel for government, we made Donald Trump the devil. You don't do either one of those. The U.S. government is a system, it's not a person.
Exactly.
So when you make Donald Trump the scapegoat for all of American racism, you let the government off the hook. I agree with him on that.
Right.
I agree with that. And we showed it how that played out. Everybody thought all the racism came from Trump, and he said now we have Biden in office, the same things are still happening,
Right.
and even worse.
Man, let me see. One of the main things I don't agree with Umar about is the Pan-Africanism. He worships idols. I'd be concerned about him teaching my child those things.
Absolutely, yeah. That's another thing I don't like about his curriculum.
Yeah.
Because now, like you say, his school, he said the very first assignment for his students is to sew their own uniforms.
Yeah.
Like that. By the time they graduate, they know how to sew, they know how to shoot guns, they know how to start a business.
Yeah.
Grow like that. Did I say grow food?
No.
Okay, yeah, he said grow food and run a business. So all those things I agree with.
But it'll be one of those things where it'll be a little shocking if you came home and your son had a shrine to the Egyptian gods in your living room.
See,
that'd be a little surprising.
That part I do not agree with.
Because
I do believe in praying to the ancestors and shrines and stuff like that. Because remember, I don't know if I remember that the time that he shaved off his beard and he looked like a naked monkey there for a few months. Because he offered up his beard to his ancestors in some country with Africa about.
They wanted his beard? They're like, yo, run that beard, bro. Yo, hold up, run that beard, bro.
Dude look funny as hell without a beard, bro. That wasn't good. It's funny because I feel like he was talking crazy without the beard.
He was exposed.
Yeah, man, all the discernment and wisdom was gone when he got rid of that beard, man.
But man,
I'm glad he grew it back.
And that's another thing too. And this is a point that Pan-Africanism comes from the slave mentality.
Yeah,
because it's one of those things where we're trying so hard to. People who actually come from Africa have that they know what tribe they're from. Mm-hmm. They have a specific history. They know if they're Yoruba, they know if they're Ashanti, they know what their history is.
Africa is a continent, not a country.
Exactly.
So, whole different cultures and languages and everything else going on.
Right. And so it's one of those things where they have that separation, they have that nuance, they have those ethnicities, they see themselves as different peoples. Mm-hmm. But the whole Pan-African thing, since we were stripped of our identity, we want to cling on to a whole continent. And not only that, we want unity of a whole continent. We want the whole entire
sold on that. Like Black is King, that Beyonce thing.
Yes, man.
I mean, she mixed all that stuff together.
Now let me ask you, which continent is united? Not even Europe. You see how much infighting they had in Europe hundreds of years, the English against the French of Europe. Right, exactly.
EU breaking apart.
So how are you going to get a whole entire continent of people to unite? But that's that Pan-African, and what they do is they take it, they wrap it up, and they sell it to us as Black is King.
Yeah.
They got us talking about charging our crystals in the blue full moon and all that.
Right, on top of that. Right. Yo, he made an interesting point. He talked about Corday's girlfriend,
the
tennis player.
Yeah.
What's her name? Naomi Osaka, I believe. And she's half. Saka? Yeah, she's had Japanese and half Haitian.
Yeah.
And Dr. Moore Johnson, he had a problem with her because in the Olympics she's representing for Japan.
Is she from Japan? Is she a citizen?
No. This was getting good. Little plot twist here.
Yeah.
So so that was Envy said but is he from Japan? So but Umar it doesn't matter because it was her father who got her there. The father's Haitian.
Yeah.
So it's by the fault you should have been representing Haiti, but the Envy but was she born in Japan though? And because she probably represented Japan because she was born there, right?
Antarctica. I mean, the penguins in Antarctica do have some unity over there. I'll give them that.
But Umar did have a great point. It's like, she was born in Japan, but he was like, but what if it was a European Jew born in South Africa, and would it represent Africa or would it represent Israel? And it was like Israel, he's like my point exactly. He dropped the mic. I was like, ooh, yeah, he had a point there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she speaks out about black issues a lot, but he said it left a bigger impression representing a place like Haiti, the greatest tennis player,
right,
winning all highs in Haiti. The fix was going the British system was going on.
Look, man, just like Jason Black said, they have Trump rallies in Japan. At the end of the day, they're not for us.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah. So I like it. So like I said, it was an interesting interview. I mean, it was about 70 minutes long. So yeah, I thought they made some interesting points
Some
there.
valid points.
Yeah. So, but yeah, next thing up was
Oh my god, this is gonna be a little, not a can of worms, but this is gonna be something to dig into, and you're gonna have to break this down for us, man.
So I don't know if y'all saw. I mean, this is like the biggest hit show on Disney Plus right now, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Spoiler alert, everybody! Spoiler alert!
Yeah,
So
they just released the series.
As
so.
long as that photo's on that screen, close your ears and la 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 la.
right.
A lot of spoilers.
So I don't know if y'all saw the series now, but I watched it and I enjoyed it. Like every week they dropped a new episode, I will watch it. You know, and there's a better picture of him.
Yeah.
And so everything's cool, but it's a short series, only 6 episodes long.
Right.
But by the end of the 6th episode, I felt a certain type of way. Like it is kind of like something rubbed me the wrong way. I just couldn't put my finger on it.
Right.
So I got to thinking and stuff, man. Like, yo, they just played us again. Like Disney just played us again, bro.
Man, and I mean, just goes to show what side Disney is on.
Yeah.
At all times, no matter what.
And I was sitting here thinking, like, man, out of the whole series, Falcon didn't win that one damn fight. He got washed in like almost every fight.
And
like
that's the
that
thing.
series.
He got, not only did he get washed. I mean, you even pointed out what you heard from the Black Nerd blog. He did not just get washed in every fight in the series. He got washed in every fight in Marvel.
yeah. Even go back to the Avengers.
Right.
Like, you think about the Avengers Endgame and Infinity War.
Right.
He still got washed. Like he never really won a fight.
And it's one of those things where you might be able to bring up the point that he's not superhuman or this, that, and the third, but neither was Iron Man.
No, Iron Man. Yeah, he was an engineer.
Right.
Ant-Man, he was a thief.
Yeah. Seriously, but these dudes are winning fights.
I got so many mixed feelings about the show. I did the movie quality, which they did a good movie quality.
Right.
They did a lot of trying to keep the show grounded, but Disney definitely put the agenda hard. Yeah.
They're always, man, I'm telling you,
Dude, the very first episode, this man couldn't get a damn bank loan.
And that's
They saved the world. Went to a bank and they had a Jewish teller.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And the Uish guy there.
Right.
And like, yo, I know you, right? You the Falcon, right? I still can't give you this loan. All because
man.
I was like, yo, very first episode, you putting them in this box already.
And why couldn't he get the loan?
Oh, because after, remember during Infinity War, they had the Thanos snap, and
right.
It happened for 5 years. So he said he didn't have any credit to report in those 5 years. He couldn't get a loan.
But you would think that the world would accommodate that.
Yeah, and the banker said, even though your family been banking with us for decades, so he had a history with this bank.
But
and he
5
still
years.
couldn't get it.
For
5 years, he couldn't get that loan.
Boy.
I was just like, bro. So yeah, so they played him with that. He was docile as hell, bro. Like he never he tried to talk everything out because he was, and I get it. When he first met Captain America, like back in a few movies ago,
right.
He was like I don't want to say therapist, but that's kind of like what he did for the military,
right?
For veterans. So I understand he probably be that voice of reason and everything, but damn it, bro, you with some other heroes, your job is to fight. I mean, that's just what superheroes do.
Right.
And and the whole series about him even wondering he should carry the shield or not, And but this spoiler alert, but they found the original Captain America. The original one was the black man, because apparently the U.S. government gave the serum to a whole bunch of black soldiers in Korean War,
like some Tuskegee type.
Right.
Yeah.
And sent them to Korea. And of course they got captured, the other Captain America, it was like, let's say it was 6 of them.
Yeah.
So 5 of them were captured, so 6 of them went in and saved them because the U.S. government like, yo, we're gonna blow up the whole POW camp because we can't have no evidence of what we're doing. And
because there was a bunch of black men in that the Korean camp.
Yeah, they didn't have that.
Yeah.
So saved them. And so the guys ended up dying anyway, and the black guy that saved them, he ended up being because the serum worked with him. The super serum worked with him.
Yeah. And
they ended up throwing him in jail for 30 years and doing experiments. You know what I mean?
Yes,
so they experienced for 30 years. He was away from his wife and kids. And
for 30 years, man.
Yeah. So cause they tried to figure out why did it work, and they took that serum and put it in the original Captain. You put in the Captain America Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
And so of course Falcon, he found out about this. He was so pissed off about that, the black man. So he ended up finding the guy.
Yeah.
And then so the guy, he's old age now, and the guy was like, "Yo, like no self-respecting black man will ever carry that shield after especially what they did to me.
Right.
Very next episode, he carrying that damn shit.
Ain't that something? But I mean, you see,
because somebody got to fight for the country. You said fight on hope, and I was like, oh, he got the agenda stuff.
And I mean, talk about how even his reaction to when the original Captain America told him the story and how he was just irate.
Yeah. So he was really pissed. I mean, he pissed like yo, you get matter of fact, because he showed to the house, he had the shield in the bag.
Yeah.
He like, yo, don't even unzip that bag. I don't even want to. Dude was like, I don't even want to look at it.
Right.
I don't even look at it. It's like, you carrying that?
Right.
Like, what they do that? How they treat us? You carrying that? But Anthony Mackie carrying that damn shield.
And talk about the speech at the end.
Oh yeah, so yeah, then he do no fighting that last episode, man. Like, if you notice, if y'all watch the series, all the white people was fighting. He was gonna try to talk it out with everybody, and he was singing washed. And then even the main villain kept beating his ass, and he kept blocking with his shield, like, yo, this shield trying to talk it out with the terrorists. And eventually some white person was shooting her and beating her ass or whatever. And then it was another part I wanted to make that I skipped over.
You remember that last
He had no love interest.
And that's something.
Even Bucky had no love interest.
Think about it, y'all. In every single Marvel movie.
Oh, I ain't catch that. Yeah, Isaiah, the dude had a Hebrew name.
Wait, who? Really?
The original Captain America,
that's
the black
interesting.
guy.
That's interesting.
He knows something about design.
But and the thing, when you look at every single Marvel movie, the Hulk, you know what I mean?
The Hulk had love interest.
Captain America,
love interest.
Iron Man,
love interest.
What's it called? Spider-Man,
love interest.
All these, and guess
Ant-Man, the thief.
Ant-Man,
love interest.
Heck, even Thor,
love interest.
But guess who didn't? Him,
Falcon,
and Black Panther.
He had Nakia.
He did. It wasn't anything. Yeah, it wasn't anything. We'll give him that.
Yeah, I give him that.
Yeah, we'll give him that.
Yeah. They were really together, but they was there.
Did we keep sure?
Yeah. Right.
Guys, we gotta watch our tongues.
But, no. But yeah, man. So yeah, that happened, and I noticed that.
Break down how in the show, how it actually works in the show.
Oh,
like who's
yeah. So Bucky had a lot of interest with an Asian woman, I think, and also Bucky had like his Falcon's sister, black woman, had crush on Bucky. Right. And then in the other Captain America, the other white guy had a black wife.
Ain't that something?
But Falcon get nobody.
Absolutely nobody. He gets nobody. He gets washed.
He get washed.
He can't get alone.
Like, what are you good for? And then the best fighting scene of the whole series, they brought back the Dora Milaje from Black Panther, the black women. They washed the other Captain America, that white guy.
Yeah.
Like he. One thing I like about him, he truly represented America to me.
That arrogant white supremacist.
Yeah, that white supremacist, arrogant Western mindset that he had.
Right.
And then and so when the women came in, they was rocking the spears.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, man, like, these women with spears. And then like and Falcon and Bucky warned her, hey, bro, don't want to mess with these women.
Right.
And so of course he didn't want to hear it. Man, they washed him, bro.
Yeah.
Like they beat the crap out of him, and he felt so bad.
Yeah.
He like, man, they wouldn't even super soldiers. These black women whoop my ass, and that's when he had to take the whole series and become stronger. Because he was that mad because black women whooped his butt.
Man.
This is showing you, like, say, you can Jordan for what it was. Oh yeah, and the villain.
Yeah.
Mixed race chick, and they're trying to make her into like another Killmonger, basically.
Right.
And it puts an agenda of one race, one world. It was like they
that whole kind of new world. Everybody come together under let's see, the sister. That was
her. I didn't realize that was her.
What?
The sister, the sister that was the wife of the other Captain America, plays the same type of role in other shows. She plays Iris West in The Flash. That was very. I didn't know that was her.
Wait. So you're saying that she plays the black wife to a white man in every show?
Yeah, because she plays the Flash's girlfriend, and I think they get married in another universe.
You gotta be kidding me!
I did not know. I ain't made that connection.
So
that was her.
It makes you wonder why she's getting typecast as it. But talk about the speech that he gives after he got the shield.
Yeah, so that the whole final fight thing, because this probably the last episode. This probably the mega fight with the villain tying everything together. He didn't really do no fighting. He saved some people, but he really didn't do any fighting. And
God,
so
man.
at the end of it all, he did this great speech to all the politicians and to the world stage. And
Right.
mind you, they in New York, they in front of the UN.
Right.
And talk about human rights and making all stuff all inclusive. But yeah, as a black man, people don't want to see me as Captain America, but here I am. And I'm sitting here thinking like,
Even though I got my butt whooped.
that when it
the
all
whole
hit me.
series.
I'm like, why this man giving this long monologue at the end of this series? And that's when all the episodes started hitting me. Like, bro, they played us with this guy.
Man, they want to show you if Martin Luther King was Captain America.
That's basically what it was. That's basically what it
If
was.
MLK was Captain America. Like, I mean, this dude, he's doing like the non-violence jitsu.
Basically.
And it's insane, man, because when you think about it, you were around the Avengers. You were around the Avengers the whole time. All of them were killers.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, Hulk, heck, even Spider-Man. At the end of the day, all of them had to deal with people.
Yeah, it's war.
It was war. They had to kill folks. So all of them were killers, and you were fighting right alongside them. But then in this series, he's just docile.
Superpower John Lewis.
Yo, seriously.
Yeah, basically what it was.
Yo, he got John Lewis powers.
And then my thing is, okay, what if he talked that girl down? She was a terrorist. She already kicked off a bunch of people. She had to go to jail or something.
Exactly.
You think all is well, all forgiven?
And then guess what? You talk her down. You think everybody else is gonna follow her?
Right.
Everybody else that she's already programmed is gonna just follow her.
Yeah. So the series was a decent watch, but if you watched it, I hope I take some of those things to mind.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they
push.
reminded me of the Disney agenda.
Yeah. Man, the Disney agenda, it's just the globalist agenda, really.
Yeah, it really is. It was a globalist agenda. That whole show was a globalist agenda. That's wild. Mm-hmm. And they fed it to us, bro.
And people loved it.
Yeah. So now he's supposed to be the leading guy for the next Captain America. This dude can't even fight.
Man, and it's funny because you look at that cover and he just looks like, I'm here.
I also found it odd that a Wakandan design suit that had such American look to it, 5-point stars and all. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? And I was telling Keith this. They had to do that because you kicked off Iron Man. Because remember, like in all the Marvel movies, Stark was making all the new, even for Spider-Man, he made all the new suits and everything.
Right.
So now that he's dead, Wakanda's the only place they have in the universe that currently they have the technology and the money to do all the new fancy suits and stuff.
And it might seem a bit surprising, but what did T'Challa do at the end of Black Panther?
They made us go deeper. Can you look at Black Panther? How many butts did he whip in his movie?
Yeah.
The women did a lot of fighting, but Black Panther, he didn't whip up no white people.
Exactly.
And then one white guy could have killed Claude in the beginning in South Korea. He stopped it.
Yes.
But because all the cameras was on him, but how they mapped it out. But and also, you think about going back to the Avengers movie when they went to Wakanda to ask for his help. And like any other king in the Marvel universe, they bow down to the king.
Like if it had been
Thor's father or something in Asgard, they would bow down to him because he's the god.
Exactly.
But they went to Wakanda. We don't do that here. Like they try to bow down to the king. He's like, no, we don't do that here. They didn't want that white man bowing down to that black man.
Ain't that something?
So like it's just little things that Disney's been doing in these movies. And trust me, like I like Marvel movies. I watch them. That's what I can tell you about it. But at the same time,
I love Marvel comics.
Yeah. But at the same time, I'm peeping what's going on. I peep the game.
And it's one of those things where brainwashing it's a slow poison.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? That reprogramming is a slow thing. So every little detail is mapped out.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, nothing written down is done on accident.
Yeah. But the suit, that same suit actually was that's the type of suit that he had on in the comics. But they had to rewrite the script of the movies and come from Wakanda because I don't know who gave him the suit in the comic books, but I guess he had to get it from somewhere, so they just put Wakanda in there. But I agree, it's very Americanized for Wakanda wanting to put that together.
Yeah.
And then in the show, Bucky asked the Wakandans to make the suit for him.
You're kidding me?
Nah.
So it was Bucky that went to Wakanda.
Yeah, he like yo man, I need a favor, and then because Falcon got his butt whooped in one of the other fights, and so I ripped his wings apart, and Bucky went to Wakanda and said, yo, can you hook Falcon up with a new suit?
And it's funny how the white man had to go
over. Speak for him.
Yeah, and another thing too, just like at the end of Black Panther, it was Wakanda that they basically made the plutonium. when they gave the plutonium to the world. And they
vibranium.
Vibranium.
Yep.
Vibranium, when they gave the vibranium to the world.
Yep.
You know, they already started making those alliances with the system.
Yeah.
But you see what Disney is pushing. You know, you got literally a stronghold, an independent black state that is like, you know what? We're completely fine. We're completely independent. But you know what we need to do? Unite with the white supremacist world at large. And then give this man
put black face on it.
Exactly, man.
You said to get played, bro.
Stay.
You said to get played.
Boy.
Yeah. So we just want to cover that real briefly. Oh yeah. Okay. This has happened today. And you know it's funny because for the past 2-3 days they was hyping this up like, yo man, Joe Biden gonna make a great announcement about the mask mandates on Tuesday.
Like they already knew what he was gonna say.
Yeah, so CDC says fully vaccinated Americans can go without masks outdoors except in crowded settings. This is a big announcement. Let me read this a little bit.
Yeah.
Federal health officials said Tuesday that fully vaccinated Americans can go without masks outdoors when walking, jogging, or biking, or dining with friends at outdoor restaurants. Now,
big question, y'all.
Do we do that already? Who are jogging by themselves with a mask on?
Where?
Who is riding their bikes with a mask on?
Where?
Who are eating at the restaurant? Who is eating with a mask on?
So somebody just getting a piece of chicken.
Like who doing that?
Come on.
Like, I look at the camera like,
you gotta be kidding me, man. Like but you see how they play with words, and people are looking at this like, yeah, finally I get to do what I've been doing for months.
Yeah, like, yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, we don't have any superpower black men outside of Luke Cage, and they won't mainstream him in the MCU. Even Black Panther's powers are given, not inherited. Yes,
that's true.
But I did hear something today. I don't know how true it is, but they supposed to recast Luke Cage and Iron Fist before they bring it to the MCU. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that.
Yeah, but still, man, they need more of us in there. You know what I mean?
I mean, you know, I'm the type of person. I'd rather have us do our own thing.
No, yeah, I'm over that camp too.
You know what I'm saying? This is the own thing. Cause like, so yeah, they made Captain America be white. Let him be white.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
Man, when people were getting on the whole thing about, you know, Ariel being played by Haley Bailey. No, Haley. What's the girl?
Yeah. Halle Berry.
No,
Haley Bailey.
Haley Bailey. Is it Haley Bailey? Is that really her name?
Yeah.
From Haley and Chloe.
Yeah.
Haley Bailey, dang, okay.
Yep.
I didn't know it rhymed so well.
Yeah.
But when they
talked
talked about
you Halle Berry.
Right, yeah. But when they talked about Ariel being casted by Haley Bailey, and I mean, black folk were marching on social media. Oh my gosh, this is a victory! I'm like, yo, you guys are. It's a Disney character, yo.
Yeah. And to me, our imagination is so much greater. We can create a black character for ourselves.
Exactly. Come on, it's a Disney character from a European story.
Yeah.
Like, and that's our victory. That's
proud of that.
Like, come on, that's our tangibles.
Yeah. Symbolism. That's all we care about.
Come on, man.
I laughed so hard when I saw the CDC article. Who had been out there with a mask in the yard alone? Right. Exactly. Right. I mean, it's a bunch of articles with the same thing, like pushing around this announcement. Yeah, I read this, man. Like,
you know, they got that press kit.
And then mind you, CDC just said not too long ago that the social distancing can be cut down to 3 feet.
And that's something?
You can smack somebody at 3 feet.
Man, I'm telling you, I mean, you can spit on somebody at 3 feet.
Yeah, easy.
You got good aim. Seriously.
Yeah, man. But yeah, this just show you how we just trying to show you how the media trying to play people, man. Like, this is nothing. This is not a fancy announcement.
Basically, the whole Biden campaign has us running on the hamster wheel.
Basically, man.
And the only advancements are towards our demise, really.
Oh man.
So let's get into
the meat of it, man. So I asked a question on social media before the show. Cause my thing is, I want to be objective, and then something I may miss, I want to be pointed out to me.
Yeah.
So I asked people like, yo, did Joe Biden do anything specifically for black people in the first 100 days?
Yeah. And
people try to give me a whole bunch of answers, but it wasn't just for us. That was for everybody.
Right.
So and then everybody, black folks come into the whole thing like, well, he can't just do something for one race or for one group of people. All right.
Well, let's see what he did in 100 days.
Yes, let's see what he did in 100 days.
Right. When I tell you that man hit the ground running.
He did. Yeah, he said he would, and he did.
Like Sonic.
Yeah, he really did. So we look at some of the stuff he did in the first 100 days and who he did it for.
Right.
We start off here. Dr. Rachel Levine, because the first openly transgender person confirmed by Senate to Federal Post. And, you know, he even like pushing for the LGBT agenda hard.
I mean,
you know?
even since the days of Obama, but you see, Obama made leaps and strides for him.
But the second term.
Right, and got him the rights
Right.
to marriage. What more are you doing?
Yeah. Like you still pushing it forward. And mind you, remember the older show, we showed the confirmation hearing when the Republican asked him, like, well, what about the minors when get like the sex change surgery or whatever, and he refused to answer it.
Yeah,
you know, excuse me, but he ended up getting confirmed anyway, and now part of the Biden administration, and he's the second, well, not secretary, I think we'll say deputy secretary of health, but anyway, secretary of health.
Yeah.
So they like, and you already be seeing articles about sex education being changed in public schools, and including these type of agendas.
And just like we've covered it before, man, they're trying to attack the kids young, man.
Yeah, definitely. So
seriously,
to stay on term, one of the things he promised while during election season, he said, you know, he's gonna put the Equality Act,
sweeping LGBT rights bill.
So they passed the House, but the problem was he couldn't get it to pass the Senate. So you know, but he had a bill specifically for the LGBTQRS rights community. You know?
And it's very specific.
Yeah. So, but if you notice, it didn't get passed.
Yeah.
So I found this new article. This was recent. Biden scrambles for Plan B on the LGBT plus rights as Equality Act meets resistance. So he's still trying to get it pushed through.
Where's our Plan B?
Right.
Where's our? I mean, he's talking about, you know, we're gonna look into it.
Right.
You know, we might read a couple articles on it, but I'm talking about, you see how when this bill isn't passed, he's scrambling to make a Plan B.
Yes. Yeah, he'll make sure he'll get him what he promised them.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. And by the way, we probably started doing this. Start putting the links in our Discord too as well. I think that'd be cool. So if people want to go back, especially people not catching it live. Yeah. I'll probably go ahead and put all the links in our Discord. Our Discord links in the description to join our community. And I have a channel there for our articles. So anything that we're discussing, because nobody's showing the receipts. Yeah. Well, now you can read it for yourself. Because we do encourage you to read for yourself. Yeah. Don't take our word for it. We just show you what we learned, but, you know, come to your own conclusion.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So, and then share it with us.
Yeah. So he's working on a Plan B to still push it out, you know. And I think he had a name for it. Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
Let's see.
This is interesting. It gets worse.
Oh, let's see. Let us see.
So the Equality Act amends the 1964 Civil Rights Act.
Amends?
Yeah, to include sexual orientation, gender identity for protection along race, religion, sex, and national origin. So we already know about the Civil Rights Act 1964. Now they're about to make it even more inclusive.
Ain't that something? Which, I mean, it was already pretty inclusive.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah. Okay, you can do that. Okay, appreciate it, Jerry Bond. Thank you, Mod. So, yeah. So, that's what he's working on. And this came out April 13th. So, like, it's showing who he's working for. He pushed this for these communities.
And it's crazy because it's not like he's going and making a different law. He's going back and amending laws that were for us.
Did we just say he trying to make racism more inclusive?
But I mean, but that's, I mean, you see what feminists did with the intersectionality. You know, so now our fight, we can't fight for ourselves. We have to fight for everybody else but us.
Right. And that's something?
That's intersectionality, man.
Yep. So we keep going. You know. But remember at the election, they're pushing this narrative: how Black Americans saved Biden and American democracy.
We saved democracy. If it weren't for us,
yeah, it weren't for us, he wouldn't be in office.
Nah, we would be in a dictator. We'd be in the anarchy.
Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna read the article, but this is proof of point how so many articles like this came out. You know, this dated November 24th. So many articles said like, oh yeah, it was the Black people. And it was Black women that got, you know, Joe Biden in office that you want. So get all these props. So now Black people think, oh, yo, we better get something. Yeah. And at the same time, they're trying to throw Black men on the bus because, but I think they said only 8% Black men actually voted for Trump. That's very low.
Right. But you see how they like to go in their campaigns and cause division and cause the villainization of us.
Yeah. So, but he didn't. I mean, you know, the narrative that we saved the election and got Joe Biden in. They say that he cared for Black people once he got in.
And I mean, like, and I mean, yeah, can people not realize that the whole thing about he can only do so much in 100. He signed What, hundreds of executive orders?
Oh, I think it was over 50, and I think like I want to say the most ever by a president coming in.
He signed over 50 executive orders,
Yeah,
y'all.
but he went in.
That is a lot.
Yeah, he came in with his pen game.
And you see how he's making these moves for the LGBT community, for the he's bringing up the Native Americans, he's bringing up the Asian community, he's bringing up everybody else. But we're gonna get a bit of research.
Yep.
We'll look at it. We'll look into it. It'll take 4 years.
Right.
But we'll look into it.
So let's see what was some of the stuff that he did. Remember this?
Yes.
Biden spending $86 million on hotel rooms for migrants as his administration struggles to handle the surge of families and kids trying to come to the U.S. The border crisis.
A little blast from the past, even though it's still going on.
Now the article is just a little misleading. And I say this a little because the old $86 million is not strictly going to hotel rooms.
Yeah.
They get more than that.
Yeah.
So $86 million, they getting a hotel room, they getting the vaccine shot, they getting a caseworker,
therapist.
they getting a therapist, and I think a lawyer to go over paperwork.
Yeah.
They getting all these things.
They might be getting room cleaning and bed and breakfast for all we know.
Yeah, and then that money supposed to last for only 6 months.
Right.
And so he's not turning them away. He had no plans to turn these people away. They staying here.
They're trying to neutralize them, man. That's why they're building up the country to take them in, man.
And and they was also saying too, man, like he bringing in our replacements.
Yeah.
And the reason why he's saying why the Democrats trying to get black people to trigger off this voter suppression law in Georgia, because he's trying to slide in his own voting bill that automatically registers everybody to vote automatically. You don't opt out of it. Well, you don't opt into it, you have to opt out of it.
So we're drowned out completely.
So all the people bringing in at the border, guess what? They be registered to vote.
Exactly.
Who do you think they're going to vote for? You seen the T-shirts.
Yeah.
The T-shirts they won on that show at one time.
Hey, but who do they have to... You could only vote for white supremacists in this system, though.
Anyway, so, this is a show of reminders, basically. Man, this thing with the undocumented workers is definitely a play action. Yes, and mind you, and then they change the terminology.
Yeah,
undocumented workers. They're not allowed to say illegal alien anymore.
Yeah, and I mean this is being pushed in ICE.
Yeah,
you remember how people used to make jokes about ICE and how just anti-immigration they were.
Yeah,
but now ICE is PC.
Yeah. Oh no, but ICE is deporting 1% of people.
Us,
the Haitians.
Yeah.
Biden deported more Haitians than Trump did in less than 6 months.
And that's so you see what side of history he's playing on. Biden's making it very clear.
Yeah, make it very clear. So yeah, just like I said, this a reminder.
Yeah,
what are you doing? And then I didn't put an article yet, but remember he also gave temporary citizenship to Venezuelans. I want to say 800,000 of them.
That's a good bit.
And he gave him temporary citizenship for I want to say it was 18 months, for over a year.
And that's
Yeah, so you give them the citizenship to stay that long, you keeping them here.
You're probably not gonna turn them back.
Now, if you were to be paying attention to what's going on in Venezuela, it's a fight for it because they've been talking to Russia, and they really don't want Russia to have it. Because Russia got some new bombers. You know, the bombers are real big when they drop the bombs, right?
Yeah.
Russia got some new bombers that fasten in the fighter jets.
Boy.
So just imagine they got a base right there in South America, easy access to America. So they don't want that.
It's that redo of the Cuban Missile Crisis again, man.
Basically. So I mean, so that's like the bigger picture here. Don't take a word for it. Look into it. Next up, the Senate passes the Anti-Asian Hate Crimes Bill. And a landslide vote. I want to say it was 94-1. Yep.
Right.
94-1.
So we're showing y'all all these different things. 94-1, man.
Bipartisan.
So we are showing you what all Biden was able to do for all these different groups of people
in less than 100 days.
Right, but he wasn't able. I mean, this is what we've touched almost 5 right?
already. We going in. We ain't done yet.
Come on, man.
And he passed this bill the same day as the verdict in the Derek Chauvin trial.
Right.
So when you so caught up in emotion about this trial, he was passing through a bill.
Exactly.
If you watch our last show, we actually show you the bill. That bill is only like a 1 page long.
It was a few paragraphs. I mean, not a few paragraphs, man, but maybe like it was a page.
Yeah, it was a page long, and it was just for agents.
Yeah.
No, definitely. So,
but they mask it with the C thing.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because if you actually look, they call it the Asian, the article will say that it's an Asian hate crime bill, but then the actual name of the bill is the C thing.
Yeah, it's called the C thing, any hate bill.
Right.
So basically saying like, if a black person experienced a hate crime, trust me, they're not going under that bill. They're not
Oh,
saying
heck
because
no.
of the C thing.
Right.
They're definitely written for Asians, and the Asian people wrote it.
Yeah.
And then when they put up the votes to get it passed through, bipartisan.
By man, I'm talking about 94-1, and that one person was having a bad day.
That's it. Farted in the Senate. Who knows what he did.
Right.
All right. Next up. This has happened today, for April 27th. All right. Turkey's Erdogan.
Erdogan.
wants Biden to reverse Armenian genocide declaration. So basically, what happened here? Today was a special day. Yeah, today was Armenian Remembrance Day, and he was bragging about this last week, saying that he would make a statement saying acknowledging the Armenian genocide that happened in the early 1900s.
And this is a big thing for Biden to do.
Yeah, so could actually mention their relations with Turkey.
Right.
They recognized the mass killings during World War I by Ottoman Turks. All right.
Right.
And he left a statement here, beginning April 24th, 1915, with the rest of Armenian intellectuals and community leaders, and Constantinople. How you pronounce that?
Constantinople.
Yeah, he nailed that.
Yeah.
By Ottoman authorities, 1.5 million Armenians were deported, massacred, and marched to their deaths in the campaign of extermination. So he went, he sent a statement all the way over to Turkey.
I mean, this is him jeopardizing his standing with Turkey, which is right there by Russia. So he's jeopardizing his standing with Turkey in order to speak up about the Armenian genocide.
And not acknowledging genocide is here.
Right.
But interesting though, but the Turkish president, he had something to say about that. He had like a little rebuttal.
Let's hear him out.
Like you said, get the quote. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this where the guy at? I just saw a picture of him. I guess that's him. He's looking cool with his little shades here.
Yeah.
Fly there. All right, he said, if you say genocide, then you need to look at yourselves in the mirror and make an evaluation.
Right.
The Native Americans, I don't even need to mention them, of course. Nobody want to mention us.
Right.
I don't even need to mention them. What happened is clear. While all these truths are out there, you cannot pin a genocide accusation on the Turkish people.
And mind you, 1915, the Trail of Tears wasn't too long before that.
Nope.
It was maybe like a couple decades before 1915.
Yep. So he's acknowledging everybody, helping out everybody, but black people here.
Ain't that something?
All right, next up. Kind of going through this, okay. Yeah, we read that one. The UISH.
Yeah.
The UISH in the Biden administration.
You already see, from the whole the A, what's that thing? The
AAPI?
The AAPI, the whole thing, APAC. Yeah.
Oh, APAC, yeah.
Yeah, the whole APAC thing.
Lobby.
Yeah, the whole thing that these senators and politicians always do. You already see his support for Israel, and he said he will always support Israel. He will always be a Zionist.
Yo, I ain't peeped this before, man.
Yeah.
Look who's UISH.
Wow, Rachel Levine. Rachel Levine, the transgender person on the board, right?
Oh man, your chief of staff, UISH, Secretary of Treasury, with the money.
Yeah.
UISH.
Yeah.
Secretary of Homeland Security, UISH.
Secretary of State,
UISH.
Attorney General,
UISH.
Counter of Economic Advisors.
Oh, Bernstein, of course.
Barry. Director of the Centers of Disease Control and
CDC.
Prevention.
UISH.
Ain't that something? Deputy Secretary of State.
UISH.
Deputy National Security Advisor for Cybersecurity.
UISH.
C-Thing Response Coordinator.
UISH.
Co-chair of the C-Thing Advisory Board of the head of Operation Warp Speed.
UISH.
That sounds like something from a cartoon.
It's like Space Force.
Right. CIA Deputy Director.
UISH.
CIA Deputy Director.
Yeah.
Deputy Health Secretary.
UISH.
Co-chair Council of the Gender Policy.
UISH.
Chair of the Federal Communications Commission.
FCC. UISH.
I think you guys get the port.
Yeah.
Hey, even the Deputy of Secretary of Transportation.
UISH.
Come on, y'all. But he can't do nothing for us.
Look at this, man.
Where's our positions? And
powerful positions.
And I'm talking about actual us. I'm not talking about.
These are powerful positions here.
Exactly. He's not gonna put. And the thing about it is, they are Zionists. They're about themselves. You're not gonna have black folk that are really about black folk in those positions.
Yeah, man.
Those are the most powerful positions in the government.
Boy, that's a lot of representation right there, bro.
Yes, man.
Next. I think we can skip this.
Yeah.
We gotta cover them already.
Yeah, we more or less, yeah.
Yeah. The George Floyd Justice and Policing Act of 2021.
When I tell you, this is the little scrap that they gave to us, and it wasn't even a scrap because it had nothing to do with us. You search the word black, and it's talking about black police officers. You search the word African American, it doesn't exist.
Now, remember the anti-Asian hate crime bill was on a 1 page long.
Yeah.
Look how long the George Floyd thing is.
And when I tell you it is convoluted, we went through it. If you guys find the episodes where we went through Reddit.
Yeah. Previous episodes we went through it, man. But you talk about like 300 pages of this, man.
Right.
Just going through it. Yeah. There's a lot here.
And none of it is about us.
And then in this bill, that's named after George Floyd.
Yeah.
They gave policemen like millions more dollars.
Yep.
They talk about chokeholds, even though he didn't die by a chokehold. He died with a knee to the neck.
Mm-hmm.
And some other stuff to do. But we got the link for that. If you want to go and read through this, if you want to check this out.
So you can actually see what the bill is about.
Yeah, but it doesn't do with black people, bro.
It's a blue backing bill.
Yeah. It's very pro-police.
Yeah.
Which Biden said to the election season.
He said he backs the blue, and so did Mr. Barry Obama.
Yeah.
Barry Blue backing Obama.
Yeah, Trump. They all do.
Yeah.
Yep. Next up. This is interesting.
Okay, now this is where we get to an interesting little plot twist.
All right.
Y'all.
So
I was not looking forward to this arc of the saga.
I don't know if you remember. The black leaders were complaining that they didn't get seated at the table.
Yeah.
So they made so many complaints that they had a virtual conference.
Yeah.
And remember Joe Biden pretty much he chunked them off. Like, how dare you even be asking for a position?
Them.
And after that meeting, they were very quiet.
Yep.
If you heard nothing from nobody, Al Sharpton ain't none of them, right?
Yeah.
So who were also mad was BLM. They feel like they were pushing so hard in election season, they should have got a seat at the table too.
And this is from 9 hours ago.
Yeah. This is a recent article. Yeah, this is like past day. And because they were never invited to the table either at all. So they didn't even get invited to the virtual meeting.
Ain't that something?
And they felt like they deserved a spot at the table for that. So they put out a tweet recently on April 20th. Biden's first 100 days are up in 10 days. By then, we need him to end 1033. I don't know what it is. Which transfer military equipment into the hands of police across the country, including school and campus police. And another example, the military you see out on your streets ahead of the Chauvin verdict. So now they remember they any Trump, they'll put you for pro Biden, and now I guess they try to be anti Biden because Biden will get them a seat at the table.
But then who are they going to be pro? Because I'm telling you, they have to feed into the system somehow. That's why I'm curious to see how this saga plays out.
Yeah, that is interesting. And they've been in the news a lot lately because one of the co-founders bought four houses that cost over $1 million each.
Right.
Prime real estate.
Extorting us, man.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. Like, these people were like pro Biden all last year, and now you turn against them because he wasn't paying no attention.
They were holding on to the reins of the pro Biden horse.
And I remember them saying back in January, I didn't want to say it was January or early February. I remember them saying how Biden was not taking their calls. At all,
man. Biden don't want nothing to do with black folk. Nah. You saw what happened, Ice-T. You saw what happened when he talked to Al Sharpton and all them.
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube. My bad. I take that back 10 times over. We're not gonna have no Ice Loves Coco, not here. Ice Cube. But what's it called? When he did Ice Cube, how he sunned Al Sharpton and all the rest of them.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, bro. But yep, moving on. Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms rejects offer for Biden cabinet position. Biden offered her, I want to see he offered her 2 or 3 jobs.
Right.
All right. And you remember, when he was vetting for VP, he was vetting for her as well, which I knew she wasn't going to get it, but whatever. But what's really interesting is who didn't get offered a job.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been already articles saying, she's the reason why Biden won Georgia.
Yep.
And she did not get offered that one job by Joe Biden.
Ain't that something?
At all. So,
yeah,
like, nobody else can find it interesting to me. Like you think you deserve a promotion for helping winning a state, especially a red state.
Right.
You know.
So what's Biden's criteria? It makes you wonder.
Yeah, I mean, I've been telling people for the longest, like Joe don't like Stacey for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But somebody said something real to me, man. Like somebody was saying, like Stacey will never win governor because white people not gonna vote for a single black woman to be governor. Yeah. I was like, I thought that was interesting. Like, right. I can see that.
Them in appearances, yeah.
Yeah, you know, they want to see that family married, you know,
right
thing. But yeah,
and even better if they're white.
Yeah. So, but Democrats are trying to tell me, oh, she wants to say help out in Georgia and be on the ground. Like, no, that's not true because when Biden was vet for VP, she took an interview.
Right.
Every politician will get highest possible.
And then another thing too, stay in
Mine
Georgia.
will find an ice cube emoji. It's like emoji for everything. That's hilarious.
But another thing too is the whole thing about staying on the ground. Like this is some grassroots covert of it.
You can teach somebody how to get votes, how to get people to register to vote.
Yo,
because that's all she's doing.
That's it.
That's all she's doing. She's the new John Lewis.
Right. It's just getting people registered. Vote.
That's it.
And get beat on the bridge.
Hey man, I didn't pull the article, but she just did a hearing not too long ago about the voter suppression law thing.
Yeah.
And a Republican from Texas asking her, like, what problem you have with the law? So she went down the list. And she was talking about, and she felt like, and I totally disagree with her on this one.
Yeah.
She was talking about the
snacks?
No, the runoff.
Yeah.
Because, we had a runoff in Georgia.
Yeah.
That was 9 weeks. And she felt like it should be 9 weeks. Because, the new rule is only 4. I agree with the new law of being 4 weeks long.
Yeah.
I want to see another 2 months long runoff.
Bro, what do people think the 9 weeks versus the 4 weeks is gonna do? Do they think that for some reason black people can't decide in 4 weeks?
Yeah.
Do they think we're gonna show up on CP time? Is that what they're worried about?
That's about what you're worried about.
Come on,
but
man.
Speaking of snacks, Umar Johnson was saying that on the Breakfast Club. He was trying to say, he was going off like, that law is racist because we got older black elders out there trying to vote, and out there in that under that Georgia sun, and they made me a little snack.
Ain't no AC. They're just out in a cornfield. They're out in a cotton field, just waiting for a little rickety ballot box. Oh,
and I'm like, bring your own damn snack. Bring you some water. It's hot outside.
And other people aren't suffering under the Georgia sun.
Only black folks need snacks, I guess.
Man, the Georgia sun only burned us, I guess.
I guess so.
The Georgia sun specifically, boy.
Oh man.
Come on, man.
Well, I thought that was interesting. Moving on. This article here, I didn't get a chance to go through it, but basically on here, this article was like
all the first,
because that was like a real big deal with Biden, all the first, because it had a very diverse administration.
I mean, the Rainbow Coalition here.
Yeah, so see, and they give the black people the deputy term, it's under the Secretary of the Treasury.
Yep.
But he's like Nigerian, I want to say though.
And they ain't B1.
Nah, hell no. Not in that position.
Right.
You even notice that all these people in these positions had to have all the black people had to have a clean face.
Right. Yep.
Secretary of Defense. I had a problem with this. Well, one, like you said, I already know you so deep in military, you can't be B1.
Bro, seriously.
That's for one. Two,
right.
Now when I do believe that we're gonna go to war under Joe Biden. We really didn't go into war under 4-5, but I definitely see it under Biden. So we start invading these other countries. Look who's gonna be the face of it.
Oh, right.
There was the big mean black man.
Yep.
That's how I see it anyway.
So now they got another reason to be even angry at us.
Yeah.
Enhances the permanent tan. That's what Umar's worried about.
Yeah.
He's worried about that permanent tan that we're gonna be getting.
Yeah. First that Tino, the first out LGBTQ cabinet secretary.
Come on.
First Hispanic American White House social secretary.
And the thing about it, what does this mean?
First Native American cabinet secretary. First woman to lead the U.S. intelligence community. First woman deputy defense secretary. Like they was so caught up in these symbolism,
right? And
we always biting for it. Yeah, I forgot about him. The first black man to lead the EPA.
And that's the thing when you
play face. You notice? Play face.
Clean shaven.
Yep. So yeah.
Go back up. First woman of color.
So we covered this briefly. in previous, like I said, a lot of stuff we covered in previous shows.
Yeah.
And you know, the AAPI, the Asian American Pacific Islander community, they wanted more Asians in the cabinet and more positions.
They wanted 7% to represent the
population of the U.S. So when they had Catherine Tai in there, that was not enough. And they made sure, Biden made sure he put more people in there.
Yep.
And
one thing too is when you guys notice when they when they had these Latinos, see how they look. I mean, Latinos not a race. So how are these Latinos looking? They're not really. They're white. At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, man, and how they feel.
Exactly. And they're white here too. They're white here and white here.
I didn't want to get into this arc. We skipped this too. It's basically like breaking down his first 100 days, but we made our point. We made a point. He didn't.
How little he did for us.
You know, I mean, so many black people, was vouching for this dude, and about voting for him and whatnot. And in the end, what did we get 100 days? Like, we show what he can. If black people kept telling me, "Oh, give him more time, just 100 days," but look at how much he's done in 100 days. He done a lot.
He's done.
It isn't one for you.
Exactly. It's dizzying how much he's done. So at the end of the day, I mean, you can't. Why are you having such allegiance to this man? And then at the end of the 4 years, they're two things. They're either gonna be disappointed, or they're gonna find some kind of reason to try to spin it like, oh well, I mean, he did break dance that one time, on SNL. They'll make up some kind of coonish mess to show that he's down with the cause.
Yeah, man, we buy into it every time.
Exactly.
And one thing about black people, man, I forget who said this, man. They'll say it's okay for a white person to be Republican or Democrat. They can change sides. There's no issue. But if a black person does that, then it looks at it in a funny type of way. We are neither. Because we know they white first. They at the end of the day, they don't care for black people, Republicans nor the Democrats. But black people had to get out of the mindset of being Democrat first, then being black first. Because they see you as black. They see you as black first, and that's why they don't care about you.
Exactly. At the end of the day.
So you gotta stop being like so vouching for the Democrats so hard. And not saying single thing they've done is bad, but we just saying they're not just doing anything they don't really just care about us like that. This is America. This is the daughter of Babylon. And that's how it's going to be.
This is the white supremacist system. It's a worldwide
man. Thing. So so we just want to break all that down. I didn't want to read a whole bunch of articles. We just trying to make a point. But we appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. Definitely, you want to support our show. We got our Patreon in the description. They got our website down there. You can make a donation. You can get some of our merch. The fresh merch we got here. So we're doing a lot, and we try to keep it moving. And anything else you want to add?
Stay vigilant, y'all.
Yeah, man. And the Stay Vigilant hoodie is dope. It's also for sale.
Oh yes,
and whatnot. So I appreciate y'all. Have a good night. And catch y'all Thursday night. Shalom.
Shalom, y'all. Good night.
And I'm Akis, and we're the Black Narrative.
We are a Black First and Hebrew Israelite channel on YouTube that broadcasts live every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every week, we discuss controversial issues and challenge false narratives that are fed to Black people through mass media. We share research through videos and encourage uncomfortable conversations amongst the Black community.
Our show features topics such as exposing fact checkers, the racist history of medical research, the origins of so-called Black Greek fraternity organizations, Christian origins of HBCUs, and much, much more.
Look up The Black Narrative on YouTube or go to our website, www.theblacknarrative.tv.
Shalom.